Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels. I am out in the local park with my brand new Jumper T-Lite transmitter. I just set it up yesterday. If you haven't watched, you can see the unboxing and then binding it to my other Eachine plane, which is T28 Trojan, and then flying it out on the park. And today I am back with my transmitter, new transmitter, as well as the other Eachine airplane that I have, the Corsair, F4U Corsair. So I bound it as I showed in the video of binding it to T28 Trojan. It is in the intermediate mode. I set up this B switch, SWB, as the mode switch. So I'm in the intermediate mode. This is beginner, intermediate, expert. So in expert you don't hear anything. In the intermediate you can hear it controlling the servos. The wind has just died down, but the light is getting low, so I'm just going to start flying. And of course it will be helpful if I tuck in the battery wires and close the hatch. Let's not forget that. And if I have time, I'm also going to fly back to back with the original transmitter over there and see if there's any difference. All right, good luck to me. Wow, super stable. Now that the wind has died down a little bit. Out of the 3 airplanes in the Eachine / OpenTX RC Mini Warbird series, this Corsair is my favorite by far. It is the most stable one, is the most scale looking in the air, and I love it. And it slows down quite a bit, unlike the P51D Mustang. And even T28 Trojan, they fly faster than this one. I don't know why. Maybe it is something to do with the wing area, but I absolutely love this airplane. I love the other ones as well, but not as much as I love this Corsair. And this was my first Eachine Mini Warbird series airplane, and I had so much fun when I was reviewing last summer. Let's not hit that person. Yeah, I mean, it's very stable, as you can see. It's hands off, but I mean, you expect them from this airplane anyway. And I'm going to put it in beginner mode, so pull it towards me. It is even more stable. It should be, at least. I cut down the power too much. And this is the maximum bank angle at this one. And now, like, I'm just doing full left turns. And this is the most it banks, and if I increase it to the mid, it turns even steeper. Do you see? It's tighter turns in the mid mode. But as soon as you let go of the stick, it stabilizes. So this is a great plane. I wouldn't recommend it to the absolute beginners, but if you have flown a trainer airplane and have some experience, you should be able to fly this in the beginner mode, especially on a calm day. Anyway, what do I think about this transmitter? Well, first of all, it was inexpensive. Shipped to my door, it was a little over $71 from Banggood. And I had a little bit of reservations about the stick length, because the sticks are much shorter than the sticks of my TX16S from RadioMaster. But I got used to it so quickly yesterday. It just fits the palm of my hand. My fingers are, you know, small enough to operate these little sticks. I love it. And let me put the plane into expert mode with my fingers staying or hovering on that thing, because these planes are notorious for getting out of balance very easily. As you can see, I'm barely controlling it, just like the throws are really a lot, like there's no in between almost. Okay, let's put it on the back on the intermediate mode. I hope you are getting good video on this, because the light is quite low. Let me pass on this side a little bit. You can see the silhouette of this little airplane. I absolutely love it. And now I'm going to land it and then attempt to fly it with the other original transmitter. Okay, I was trying to catch it in the air, but I think I slowed down too much and it was still controlling, stabilizing, but going kind of nose first with the wings level. Oh, yeah, this is a little too fast for catching in the air. I've done it before. So now what I'm going to do is separate the battery quickly. I don't know if you can still see it. I'm trying to keep it in the view of my head cam. I'm going to separate the battery, unplug it, and then turn off my transmitter, my Jumper T-Lite, which I already love, especially for bringing it out in the park. Even this is larger. And then I'm going to bind it to its original one. So for doing that, I'm going to connect the battery and then turn on the transmitter, and it should bind now. Up, down. And it's in the expert mode. Let's put it in the intermediate, and it's bound and stabilizing. So let's see if you are going to see any difference. So, whoa, it may not be okay. It's stabilized somehow during the first takeoff. It wasn't very stable, but it's stabilized now. Yeah, I have to push the sticks a little more in order to get any reaction. I think there are some dead spots on the sticks on this. I like the feel of the T-Lite better in my hands than this toy controller. This is okay, still okay. Not too bad. It just, I have to, it's not as precise as the other one. Okay, it's just leaning a little to the left. I trimmed it a little bit. It's flying fine. I mean, for these airplanes, they are not very precise. The servos are not very precise. So there is some jiggle. And you should be fine with either one. But I like the idea of taking several airplanes to the park, this size, like small park flyers, all bound to my Jumper T-Lite, and I just have to bring that one controller. That's a very nice idea, because then I'm not schlepping around multiple toy transmitters with me. And then I just change the model name, jump from one model to the other. And so it's so small I can even put it in my jacket pocket. It's very convenient. It's better than carrying my TX16S, which I love, by the way, but for larger airplane that's fine. For the small ones, I'm going to start using my Jumper T-Lite. Okay, let's gain a little bit of altitude and put it on the expert mode. All right, expert mode. Yeah, these airplanes are not very stable, or okay, back to intermediate. I have seen people flying it very well, and kudos to them. I am not one of those people. I think my fingers are not sensitive, or maybe my planes are not as well balanced. They feel very, very tail heavy, and they just react very quickly to the inputs. Here we go, let's give you a, oh, let's not stall it. That was a stall, by the way. When you cut the power down too much on these airplanes, since they are stabilizing, they don't do a tip stall most of the time, but the nose goes down and they start losing altitude very quickly. So you have to be careful with your airspeed and with your power. Anyway, this is a quick comparison of Jumper T-Lite transmitter with the Eachine or OpenTX RC toy transmitter. It's difficult to tell much, but you know, I'm making larger moves on this one definitely in order to get a reaction from the model. At least to my fingers, the T-Lite feels more sensitive and doing a little better job than the toy controller. Oh, that was, yeah, the power, I cut it down too much. That's another thing, you cannot adjust where the throttle starts. So if you take it down to about 15%, it cuts down the power completely. So if I pull it like a little too much, I'm not all the way down, but at one point, see, it's going down, although it wasn't all the way down. And you can adjust for that. You can calibrate the sticks on the Jumper T-Lite. That's a big advantage. And you can put rates, you can put exponential, whatever you want to do. All right, folks. I'm going to continue flying. But thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them down below, and I'll try to get back to you. And hope to see you soon again on one of the future videos. Stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.